When you learned about the email going to the FBI agents, you asked them to withdraw it. Who did you ask to have it withdrawn?
My entire office, and it was.
So it is unknown who sent that email?
Well, it came from my office. But when I learned it went to the FBI, we asked that it be withdrawn.
Where is the gap of my understanding? If it came from your office, you're telling me you didn't send it?
I didn't realize it went to the FBI. That email went out.
So-
and the purpose of that email was to make sure, just so you know, it was to make sure that these people were sitting at their desk and working and alive, that there were people actually
Okay,
responding.
and I agree.
It could have been, I got up and got a cup of coffee.
Sure.
That
So
was
without
the
going into
purpose.
that, the people that did answer it,
A sitting attorney general just told Congress something extraordinary. She admits an internal DOJ email went to FBI agents and says she didn't realize it did. No clarity on who sent it. No clarity on where the data went. This isn't a slip of the tongue. It's a warning sign about oversight, chain of command, and national security.
Mr. Mervin.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Ranking Member, Attorney General. Thank you for joining us today. Our law enforcement officers, first responders, and local safety agencies are the backbone of our communities. In Northwest Indiana, I've worked hard to bring critical federal grant dollars home, funds that directly support the brave men and women who protect us every day. Unfortunately, funding for 2025 has been rescinded, weakening our public safety framework and making our neighborhoods less safe. I firsthand have a positive impact in securing dollars and investments for Gary, Indiana, East Chicago, Lake County, and Michigan City that were force multipliers, that were technology such as license plate readers and the COPS grant. I'm asking you today, what can we do to ensure that those funds are going to continue to flow to my district? And in light of the HIDA, I'm in Northwest Indiana, Gary, Indiana. We are a HIDA district where we have the Chicago traffic. That's vitally important to my district. I just need commitments that that funding will continue to be going forward and that our agencies will have that support.
Congressman, thank you for bringing that up. I'm well aware of the HIDA. I believe that's in Maryville. Is that correct?
You are correct.
And yes, that funding will remain where it is. We do not intend on touching that funding. We want to protect HIDA.
Very good. So in light of the escalation with Iran, part of our cybersecurity and our infrastructure when it comes to our electric grid, our banking systems, that is a new threat. Does this budget reflect increasing our cybersecurity protections, and how is the Department of Justice going to protect our infrastructure when it comes to bad actors such as Iran coming directly at our infrastructure in a cyber attack?
Yeah, we have $50 million for cybersecurity, and also in the one big...
With an M, 50 million?
50 million,
Okay.
yeah, but also in the one big beautiful bill, it is also addressed to give us more resources. And it's not only
Can I
Iran,
ask-
as you well know, it's China as well. But
Right.
yes, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
In the
Congressman.
reconciliation, tomato, in the reconciliation bill, can you tell me what more resources are going to go towards cybersecurity? Because I was under the impression that was decreased.
Can I get you? I will get you those numbers.
Okay. Yes.
I want to do everything I can to help you protect cybersecurity, all of us in this country, not only again with Iran, but also with China and all of our foreign adversaries around the world.
Okay. And then just a question of curiosity that I have. Director Patel was here a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about the emails that went to the FBI agents, meaning, please tell us what you did at the end of the week. Give us 5 reasons why you did. At first, Director Patel said that that didn't exist. Then he specifically said, well, that came from the Department of Justice to the FBI agents. And his words, I told them not to fulfill that obligation. How do you manage that if you give a directive to your director of FBI and he chooses not to fulfill that? And where did that information go? So when someone from the FBI, an agent, fulfilled that obligation of giving you the information of what they were working on, where did that data go and how is it secured?
Yeah, and Congressman, I'd be happy to see who answered that, but I asked, when I learned about it, I asked that it be withdrawn, and it was, that email.
When you learned about the email going to the FBI agents, you asked them to withdraw it. Who did you ask to have it withdrawn?
My entire office, and it was.
So it is unknown who sent that email?
Well, it came from my office, but when I learned it went to the FBI, we asked that it be withdrawn.
Where is the gap of my understanding? If it came from your office, you're telling me you didn't send it?
I didn't realize it went to the FBI. That email went out.
So-
And the purpose of that email was to make sure, just so you know, it was to make sure that these people were sitting at their desk and working and alive, that there were people actually
Okay, and
responding.
I agree.
It could have been, I got up and got a cup of coffee.
Sure.
That
So
was
without
the
going into
purpose.
that, the people that did answer it, where did that data go?
I will find out. I will get you that information.
And I only ask as a national security issue as
Absolutely.
they are working on sensitive issues. And I
What makes this moment so unsettling isn't the policy discussion about grants or cybersecurity. It's the sudden breakdown in accountability when Congressman Frank Mervan asks a very basic question. Who ordered FBI agents to send internal work reports, and where did that information go? Pam Bondi's response introduces a contradiction that should stop Americans cold. She acknowledges the email came from her office, confirms that FBI agents received it, and yet says she didn't realize it went to the FBI. In any normal organizational structure, those statements cannot comfortably coexist. Either the Attorney General's office understands how its directives are distributed, or it doesn't. Both possibilities are deeply concerning. The context matters. FBI agents handle sensitive investigations, national security intelligence, and classified material. Asking them to summarize their weekly activities is not a harmless managerial check-in. It raises immediate questions about data security, internal surveillance, and whether sensitive information was collected, stored, or accessed improperly. Mervan correctly frames this not as a political issue, but as a national security issue. What Americans should notice is how the answers never quite land. When asked who sent the email, Bondi says her office did. When asked who ordered it withdrawn, she says her entire office. When asked where the data went, she says she'll find out. At no point does anyone appear clearly responsible, and at no point is the committee given assurance that sensitive information was protected. This exchange exposes a recurring problem in modern oversight hearings. When authority is diffuse and accountability is vague, Congress is left supervising shadows. The Attorney General is the chief law enforcement officer of the United States. If she cannot immediately explain how directives reach FBI agents or where collected information is stored, oversight has already failed. There's also a human dimension here that often gets overlooked. FBI agents were placed in an impossible position. They received a directive from DOJ leadership, complied with it, and now even Congress cannot determine who authorized the request or what happened to their responses. That kind of uncertainty erodes trust inside institutions, not just between branches of government. Mervan's questioning is restrained, but it's precise. He isn't accusing, he's trying to trace the flow of authority, and what emerges is a disturbing picture. Decisions being made without clear ownership, sensitive data moving without clear safeguards, and an attorney general conceding she did not fully understand the reach of her own office's actions. For Americans, the lesson is simple and sobering. Accountability doesn't disappear all at once. It fades when no one can answer basic questions, and when the Department of Justice can't explain how information moves between itself and the FBI, the problem isn't partisan, it's structural. Americans, this raises a serious question. If the Attorney General doesn't know how directives from her office reach the FBI, who is accountable when things go wrong? Share your thoughts below.